What's happening, guys? Matty here from dclblogger.com. In this tutorial video, we're going to be going through my portfolio. So this is going to be kind of fun, but I'm going to be going through some of my assets in my portfolio. I am very selective with my investments and I go into projects that I have known really, really well for a long time. So there's so many assets out there. I just select the ones that I know really well. So what you see in front of you is Decentraland land, where you can own these pixels of land that are part of this big mega world, virtual world, which eventually you'll be able to go into it in virtual reality, and it's smart contract or blockchain contract enabled. So you can engage, you can buy stuff straight from, you can buy NFTs, you can have like a gallery and put your art there, and people can buy your art straight from there, etc. Crypto Valley District is this purple area that you just saw, which a lot of HQs are dropping. And I own this piece here, 88 pieces. I call it the Badass Whale District. Yes, and it's right near Crypto Valley District. So Crypto Valley District is increasing in value. The area around it is increasing in value because that's where Binance has dropped so far. We have, Mythic has dropped there, Meme project has dropped there, GTA Capital, Game Credits, Chico Crypto's got a spot there, Whale Token's got a spot there, and you can just see what it looks like in Crypto Valley District, right? So the area around here is going up in value because people are speculating or thinking that this will start to create a lot more interest. This will be like the business hub of Decentraland. So I kind of feel like this has a pretty short distance from Crypto Valley. So my land, I've got them as an estate. The more lands you have connected, the higher you can build. So it's definitely a strong value proposition for larger investors and VCs that want to maybe set up a place in that business center and help build it out. So that's my land, or some of my land. I have more, but that's my piece. But in this is Mythic wearables. So Mythic wearables, there's only 10 of these in all of Decentraland, meaning that the cyber monocle that you see right here, there's only 10 of them. So you can see I have 3 out of the 10. That's like 30% of the supply. These razor blade jackets, I have mint number 1. So another thing you can do with NFTs, you can see mint number 1s, and I have quite a lot of Mythic wearables. As you can see, I have a lot, right? Some of these have sold previously for 5,000 mana. Some of them have sold previously for 15, 30,000 mana, depending on how rare they are. And I think Mythic wearables will go up in value quite a lot. I also have Decentraland names. So these are the names that you can have in the game. So like RuneScape has a name market, etc. I have some pretty good names like Maddie, Neo, Satoshi Nakamoto. I have Mr. Anderson, Anya. I have like 30, 50 names or something, right? Some of them I think you can, I'm going to switch into them when I'm in Decentraland, so it's going to be fun. I have Homie, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z guy. Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur. I freaking spelled Ash Ketchum wrong, but I'm a bit gutted. It's Ash Ketchum, but whatever. Crypto Boy, Instructor the Rock, blah, blah, blah. So if Decentraland has millions of users, we all kind of think the NFTs or these names, just like how .com domains now go for a lot, if the user base increases a lot, then that might go up too. Let's go into my art. I have this really cool piece here, Batman and Joker from Jose Delbo, 87 years old, one of the early 1960s comic artists for Marvel, etc. And I own this 1/1 piece along with a few other pieces. So these 3 pieces are 1/1s. I own one of them, which is Citizens Unite. The other ones are owned by Whale Shark and Arctic, and I can't remember the other one. Well, there definitely is some interest. You can see I just have some Primal Cipher. I got more Jose Delbo in Maker's Place, and I have a lot of his death comics, which there's only 250 of. I have like 12, maybe 12, 15. So super rare. Again, I'm quite selective here. I've got maybe a handful of artists that I'm going for. Ferocious, picked Ferocious up really early. I'm really excited about that. Going to be a pretty big artist. Mercipin, again, really excited about that art. Marcomatic as well, and this piece, Ferocious has, I think will do really well because just how she kind of handles herself, right? She supports other artists, helps out people, and pretty popular, and keeps working at her art. Is going to move out, do more art, doing some VR stuff, so exploring the whole art scene. So I like to invest or buy art from people, 1, whose art I like, and 2, who is doing the whole thing. You can see she's got her own store here, and like art is her life, right? So for me, that's a big deal. When you are dedicating yourself to your career, who wouldn't want to be part of that journey? So that's one of the reasons I have that. Pomp also owns or has commissioned 6 pieces for Ferocious to do. He's also gone pretty big into art, Ferocious being one of the artists that he's going for. So that's pretty cool that he's also a collector of her art, because the more collectors you have, the more in demand these pieces become, right? So Marcomatic is another artist that I collect pieces of. I love the AR and VR stuff that he does. It's just, I don't know, I just love the art style here. I know the video is a bit blurry, but this one's a little bit clearer, I hope. But you can see the kind of art style that happens. And this is like an AR certificate that kind of, if you point your mobile to it, goes into AR. This is the piece that I bought. And for me, this one's close to home, literally, because this is in Melbourne. So I just like it. It was one of the early pieces that he's done, and I bought it for, I think, 8 Ethereum. Big fan of this style. And I think, again, Marcomatic is someone who's goes to events, does storybooks for kids, etc. And he really explores what he can do with his art. He's also exploring VR, and he's also, believe it or not, making wearables in Decentraland. So that's something to be aware of, because I think more artist opportunities will take them to the next level. I've also got some Mythic axes. My axes, or these Mythic axes, back in the day you could have bought Origin axes, or back in their pre-sale like 2 to 3 years ago now, you had a chance of getting a part. So the 6 parts that each axis has, and you can see the ones I have here have at least one part that's a Mythic part. You can't get any axes that have Mythic parts anymore. You can't breed them, you can't do anything. And right now the cheapest one's about 4.65 Ethereum actually. In fact, I think it's 5 plus Ethereum now. This video is kind of going to get old by the time I publish it. So you can see here, and the more axis parts you have, like if you have 2 axis parts, I think the floor is like 15 to 20 Ethereum. But my guess is like these are like the collector axes. So the more the user base grows for Axie Infinity, the more the demand for these axes will grow, because you maybe like new users, new collectors would want to get them, right? So I paid, you can see, between 3 to 3.5 Ethereum for the ones I bought. Godzilla Chain, I'm big on. I think Godzilla Chain is going to be awesome. I played the game, Hearthstone style gameplay, TCG, work really well. They've got a ton of funding, Australian company. Not that it matters to anyone, but for me it matters because they're in Australia. But I think they're going to do really well, because the card style, or the pre-sale, or the funding round that they did, it got like $5 to $6 million just for the pre-sale alone. Then they've gone the traditional route and got more money through normal funding. But the issue they're having now is that cards can't really be traded because the gas fees are enormous, but they're going to their own chain, so that'll solve that issue, and they're going to go hard on marketing. So you can see this chests that I have here. These are 6 unopened packs in them. So you can actually buy unopened packs of the Genesis set. So I only buy the Genesis cards, which is the first set. You can't really buy them anymore. You can only buy them. You can't buy them from pre-sale. You can only buy them from other people. So I think as this space matures, what's going to go up in value is the Genesis chests, because we saw Pokemon. What happened with Pokemon is that the unopened booster packs, they've gone up in value a ton, quite a lot as well. So buying these unopened packs are kind of a bet on the whole project or the whole game, because no matter what card goes up, the chests will also go up in value. And the chests are actually ERC20s. When you open them, they kind of activate their NFTs or whatever, the mint NFTs, but currently they're ERC20s, so you can even put up that liquidity in Uniswap if you wanted to. So yeah, that is my collection, or a big chunk of it. I have I'm very selective with my investing, guys, because there is so much to invest. I also have a ton of cryptocurrency, but for me, in my NFT portfolio, this is the bulk of it. I have a bunch of different NFTs as well, generally, but I like to be very selective and very calculated in when to invest and what to invest in. If I want to be a long-term 2 to 5 years down the track, I want my assets to increase. I want to make sure I'm investing the right way.